Are you actually making money doing nails? How do you know? How do you figure it out? We're going to talk about this hot topic right now on the Biz Talk. Trace.
Yes. I started looking at you sooner than I was supposed to, by the way. You're like in your introduction.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then you felt
I'm off today. Mentally.
Just today?
Yes.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say.
That
oh my
was
God.
the whole purpose, actually.
Damn you.
Yes.
That really sucks. I had something really funny lined up and it was aimed at making fun of you, not Greg this time, but you. And it just went poof. It'll come back. Don't worry.
Hours. He's going to call me at midnight. Guess what? I remember.
What? You're never going to guess. You know, I'm talking to you. I'm still like texting.
You're still texting.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
On speaker and texting at the same time. Weird. Okay. Am I making money doing nails? I had somebody DM me recently, and they actually asked me this. They said, I don't know if I'm making money,
right?
Because I don't know how to, first of all, I don't know how to figure it out. And we had a video previously about cost per service. I definitely want to talk about that. I'm going to simplify it, really break it down. But also, I think there's some other things that we've got to look at on, am I making money doing nails?
Right.
Right. We're talking about pricing, setting that correctly. At the core of it, though, you do need to know what it is costing you on a per service level. And I was able to break it down for her where she was like, I mean, it was awesome. She was like, oh my gosh, I get it, you know? And then she was able to see very quickly that she actually was making money. You know, she was charging a good price.
Good for her.
Yeah, no, her pricing was amazing.
Time for a raise.
Exactly. Not for you, but for her. Just want to throw that in there.
Never time for a raise for me.
Exactly.
It's confusing. It really is. I mean, you're like, well, there's product, and then, well, how much product did I use? You know, are we talking fill versus full set? Are we talking, and then, oh shoot, I'm supposed to include my booth rent and all that,
Right.
and
Right. So she had a really good, point. The reason why it was confusing is because she said, I'll buy a glitter, and she's like, I'll use it for like 7 months.
Okay.
Because it lasts a long time. And maybe she has like 50, 60 glitters, right? Like she loves nail art.
No nail tech has 50 or 60 glitters.
What's that?
No tech only has 50 or 60 glitters.
That's only? Oh my gosh.
That's nothing.
Okay, excuse me. Glitter queen over here. Or just products in general, right? Like they nail products do last a long time.
They do.
So she was like, I don't know, how do I break that down? Because I don't use it on every service, And so I said, okay. And this is what you need to do. So first part is figuring out on average what the service is costing you. This is the key. So what you have to do, you can't look at each, like I buy this glitter and I use it for 7 months, so I'm going to divide it by, no. What you do is you just look at, you have to keep track of what you're spending on nail products every single month. So
can you repeat that? Because there's
Yes.
a lot of techs that don't. Taxes, it's a write-off.
Dude, you have to, for taxes, for just knowing, are you making money doing nails? Because if you're not making money and you're spinning your wheels, that's a problem, man. You're gonna burn out really, really quick. So this also will let you know, like, am I charging enough? And from there, it's like, what am I doing? My services are costing this, plus my booth rent, plus X, Y, and Z. I'm definitely not making enough money here. I got to bump up my prices.
Right. Okay.
So I was like waiting for you to tell me how to. I'm like, okay, go. So
I don't do math.
I love math. So on a monthly basis, okay, you have to calculate what you are purchasing. So here's an example, okay? September, 7 nail liquids, 3 top coats, 80 glitters, whatever it is, right?
Can we use me? Like what I used to spend in a month?
What do you mean?
Like I used to spend around $900 to $1,000
Every month.
in nail product.
Okay. So yes, we can use that as an example. So it doesn't matter what Tracey purchased. As far as in September, she bought a green glitter. October, she bought a purple glitter. She's spending $900 in a month. That's what I care about.
Okay.
That's what I care about. It's the bulk amount that you're spending on nail products. You know what I mean? And then you take that amount, which in Tracey's case was $900, and you divide it by the number of services you're doing in that month. So let's just break this down. How many services were you doing in a month, Trace? Per week?
Per week, I had 14 clients a day.
So 14 times 30, let's just say it's about 420.
Yeah.
Okay, so 900 divided by 420, it's about $2.14 per service.
Okay.
That's just
Not bad.
that's just product cost.
Just product.
So then you've got to take, so that's like your what we call cost of goods.
Okay.
That's the bare minimum. And then on top, then the next level is you got to take expenses.
Okay.
So you've got to look at your what your rent is.
Okay.
You've got to look at your bills, electricity, all these things, cleaning supplies, blah, 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 blah. So there's two levels to figuring out, are you making money? The first is, what is my service costing me? And that's where it's nail products that I purchase in a month divided by the number of services.
Okay.
And then the next level, and then that's your actual
So we're at
margin.
two something right now.
To something. So what did you charge on average per your service? What did you charge?
Well, back then, I averaged probably $60
Okay.
in a service.
So 60 minus
back in the day.
$2.15, let's say. So $57.85. That's your gross. That's what you call it, your gross margin. Okay. And then from there, you take that and then you subtract all your expenses.
Okay.
So your rent, electricity, insurance, whatever else is for the business, not personal. You go and buy groceries, that's personal. You don't include that, okay?
Unless it's like laundry detergent to wash your towels, right?
Of course, that's different.
All. Okay.
That's related to your business. That's a business expense.
Okay. My case of beer is not included.
In your case, it might be because I know you're drinking on the job. I'm just kidding. So that's from there. You're gonna deduct on a monthly basis your business expenses, and then that's what you're gonna find out. Am I making money on a monthly basis? Am I making money?
Okay.
But to get your product, if you want to understand your product, your per service cost. The first part is what you do. Okay. Only your product, your actual nail product spend divided by the number of services. Doesn't matter. You buy that one glitter, and you use it for 7 months. In October, you're probably going to buy another glitter
To replace it.
that ran out.
Yeah.
That you bought 7 months ago. So like every month, it's like you're buying new products, but then products that you bought months ago are starting to come down, so you're replenishing those.
Okay.
That's why you can't try to do it on a individual product level and say, well, I've used this glitter 18 times, and so you can't figure it out like that. You'll never do it. It's too difficult. You have to do it on just a monthly basis. In September I spent this much, and then over the course of 12 months you'll have like, on an annual basis, my average cost per service, it'll get more accurate and more accurate every month that goes by. It continues to get more accurate.
Got it.
So that's how you figure out product. So your product, your cost per service was really low. That's a great margin.
And actually, that's right where it was because I had my own salon and it covered my booth rent and expenses. So
yeah, it should.
My booth rent was $0. So for me, it's $2 something per service.
Period. Oh, because the other, you own the salon and you were booth renting, and that covered your
all my other
rent
expenses.
and everything. Okay, gotcha. So, but for somebody that is booth renting, you have to incorporate that to see, are you making money? So let's just run this example, okay? Let's say your cost per service you figure out is $3. And,
Okay.
and let's say you're charging $25 for nails. Okay, so 3, so it's like, oh, dude, I'm making $22 a service.
Not bad.
Hey,
You can do more, but not bad.
let's just take that for example. That's just off of cost of product. Well, how much is booth rent?
Depends where you are, but let's just go for 400
Per,
Well, here in Southern California,
Yeah.
it's like almost $200 a week.
okay, let's just,
Yeah, so
$400 a month you're saying?
yeah, like in Reading, it's about 400 a month for,
Okay.
for a booth rent.
So $400 a month for booth rent. Then on top of that, you're going to take insurance. So, and
Insurance is cheap, guys. Have insurance. It's cheap.
okay. Other expenses, towels, cleaning, laundry, other.
Supplied that all for my girls. So
You did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. But typically you would have that. So towels, laundry, I think sanitation, all that would be part of the product. I think that's about it.
Yeah, maybe you're obviously I don't know if you have to travel, but I would take into consideration even gas to and from work
Right.
if you have to spend.
Which is also a deduction if you are a booth renter.
Right.
I think you get one way.
You should be able to, correct. So check this out. So let's say that all comes out to, I don't know, $700 a month, $800 a month, let's just say, to just round it out. $800 a month, okay? That's after your product investment. So $22 times, if you're doing 100 services, let's say you're doing 25 services per week, which
Okay.
is 5 services a day, 5 days a week.
Okay.
Okay. Which is low.
Yes.
But you're like, dude, I'm kind of, I got
But
my
that's
thing
okay.
going.
Some people, that's what they want to work.
So 22 times 100, that's $2,200 a month minus the 800, $1,400 a month that to support your family, to support. Well, if it's just you, that's still, you've got rent at home. This is your take home money that you now have to pay your personal rent, your personal electricity, your internet, your phone costs. If you have kids, dude, it's getting tough. The amount that you're making, okay, from calculating the product cost where you're like, dude, it's only costing me $3. I can just charge $25 a service. And I'm making 22 is deceiving.
Yeah.
As we just laid it out. If you're doing 100 services a month, your price needs to go up, number one, and the number of services you're doing needs to go up also.
And that might have to do with speed
Correct.
or just getting more clientele, right?
Correct.
Because some people are like,
Correct.
I can't get more clientele because it takes me all day to do. That's why I kind of asked about how much that breaks down to per hour, because a lot of people, when we've done this with them, they discover that they're making about $10 to $12 an hour.
Yeah.
And that's no benefits, no sick,
Correct.
no insurance, no nothing. And so now you're taking that money and you got to cover that. I mean, minimum wage here is what is going to be $15 per hour pretty
Right,
soon. So
right.
we've broke this down for some nail techs and they're not even making minimum wage.
Yeah. And this is why it's important for you to understand, like, even though product cost is going to be minimal, like per service, it is going to be minimal. You have other expenses, but the thing is like, it's very similar to like, if I decide I'm going to sell pens, you know what I mean? I'm going to get into the pen business,
Brilliant.
my own, brilliant, genius. And pens cost me 50 cents. I'm going to sell them for $3. Dude, my margin's huge,
Right.
The volume I have to do to actually make a living. Like, that's the part you have to look at. It's not just about the product cost and how much money you're making on your service. Is that going to actually support you, your family, if you have one, pay your personal rent and all that stuff? That's the part you've got to look at. And a lot of nail techs aren't doing that, mostly because they're not charging enough. And also, they're maybe thinking, dude, 5 clients a day, like, I'm making money. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think you got to bump that up.
Well, and I think sometimes we're afraid to look at it. I've been like that. Like I don't really want to know because I'm scared to find out that I'm not making enough money and it's not worth it. And I love what I do.
Yeah.
But if that's the truth, then
You got to change.
you got to change.
You got to change. Dude, stepping into that reality where you realize you're doing this and you're not making money, and it sucks, but it will push you to make real changes in your business.
Right.
And if you're not making money, if you do those calculations that I'm talking about, you're not making money, you absolutely need to make changes. You got to hustle. You got to get more services going, number one, or you have to increase. You got to do both, really. You got to get that price. $25 a set, as I just broke down. That ain't going to cut it.
I just thought of one more thing you have to calculate. I had it for quite a while, is childcare.
Childcare is, I don't know how, that depends on the accountant. I don't know how you would, regardless if it's on the personal side or on the business side, I don't know if you can calculate that as a business expense.
No, not as a business expense. But if I've broken it down where I'm only making $12 an hour and now I'm paying someone.
Oh, yeah, dude. Childcare is
childcare is expensive.
It's very expensive.
I'm not saying that is part of your but you
it's still an expense.
It's still an expense.
On the personal side, it's still an expense, and it's an outlay of cash.
You're at work.
Totally, man. And now you're spinning your wheels. So that's a great point. So please let us know how you've figured out in your career. You know, are you making money? Are you not? Have you used these types of techniques? Have you gone to an accountant, have them broken down for you? Whatever it is, let us know in the comments below. I think it's going to help people to understand. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time on the Biz Talk.